There's a late breaking Dave Rubin, Dennis Prager clip. I don't know if we want to cold watch this. It's him discussing legal mechanisms for selecting a nominee. So maybe we might learn
Oh,
something
Oh
about the
gosh.
electoral process
you know,
here.
he really is a wonk. That's the number one thing I think
He's
of.
been proving himself as a wonk. That's what his rebrand is. He went to Megyn Kelly talk about all the black people on as judges.
He knows. One thing I know about Dave Rubin, he knows details.
And you know what? You got to hand it to him for hanging in there after being so humiliated in this. He's still at it. Here we go.
That is off the rails.
You follow politics with a very keen mind and passion. What do you think of Kamala Harris's chances of being the nominee?
Pause it.
Your
Pause
prediction?
it. Pause it. Let's see if we can anticipate what Dave Rubin thinks that Kamala Harris's chances are.
Oh yeah.
I think he's going to say landslide for Trump because that's what he said every election for the past 4 elections.
Wait, can I also make predictions?
Win a landslide.
Okay, before we play again, he'll mention DEI. Yeah. He's gonna mention DEI, right?
We can maybe get a DEI Barbie.
He'll say something denigrating about her gender, and he will say wokeness. Okay, I'm going into this clip cold. Okay, those are my 3 bets.
Interesting.
You follow politics with a very keen mind and passion. What do you think of Kamala Harris's chances of being the nominee if your prediction comes true?
It seems to me there are very few ways, and I would give the devil his due, and in this case, the devil is the Democratic Party. They will do everything they can to figure out who the best candidate is. So I think they're whoever they is exactly, the people in power or the Obama team or whatever, they don't want Kamala either because she's deeply unpopular. She was at 1% in her own party when he plucked her for VP. However, I don't see the legal mechanisms to get anyone else in if they push him out. If either they push him out or he literally cannot get out of bed one morning.
Well, there's no legal mechanism for her to be the candidate. I'm not talking about his resigning the presidency. Obviously, then she's president.
Yeah.
But not running is not resigning the presidency. So there's no legal issue. They could have any nominee they want.
Well, I suppose if Joe Biden or Jill, I guess, is in charge of what's going on, if they are just going to force him through this thing, against the entire party and everything else, then that's one situation where Biden does become the nominee, assuming he's alive. That's one thing. I think we're past the point where 25th Amendment would even be possible.
I will continue in a moment. I really want to get your read on Kamala Harris.
Damn, I lost. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so basically he, you can continue.
He keeps going? Okay.
Well, the thing I didn't understand that you said was...
The interesting thing, hold on for a second, is that Prager now claims that, first of all, the Republicans are already lining up lawsuits against anybody who's named the nominee that's not Joe Biden. I mean, and that's just sort of of course they're going to do that. The Democratic Party, I would imagine, I certainly would hope, would attempt to do it. I don't think that they would have much of a case in any circumstance. But certainly Harris is the easiest person to transition in because she's literally on all the documents that have been filed everywhere.
Yeah, and she's also, he's not the nominee yet. This is factually wrong. He's the presumptive nominee until the convention and until prior to that, apparently they're doing this virtual vote basically, but he can release his delegates. That's what this sprint is trying to get him to do. To release his delegates to somebody, and in theory, that person would be Kamala Harris.
Point where 25th Amendment would even be possible.
I will continue in a moment. I really want to get your read on Kamala Harris. So, the thing I didn't understand that you said was, they can't stop her from becoming president if he resigns the presidency.
Correct.
But they can stop her from being the nominee. That there's no legal case for that.
Well, what do you mean? They can stop her, meaning they can just force Biden through?
No. They could say, we want Gavin Newsom.
So that's why I'm saying you have to give the devil his due. I think the party will do whatever the party needs to do. Whatever the party norms are at the convention, whatever the nominating process is, whatever's going on with the super delegates or anything else, the party will do what's right.
So his analysis is that the party will do what's right in the end.
It's unbelievable.
He's a keen viewer of This political machinations.
I mean, Prager can bear. Prager is so condescending all the time, but it felt a little bit more pointed there with Dave.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.